I'm Rebecca Blazer with CIMBY, which stands for Calumet is my backyard. It's a high school service learning project that has been running in the Calumet region for about 10 years. Right now we work with 11 high schools on the south side, and we have 9 sites that they have adopted and work at 3 or 4 times over the course of the year doing stewardship. And this year we're adding a monitoring component. So our high school students are doing ecological monitoring in the forest preserves and some of the other private, corporate natural areas that we work on. Today was the very first day of our new season of monitoring. Today we had the junior IB environmental science class from Washington High School out here at Eggers Woods. And they were a great class. They were really wonderful, really smart, really patient with working out all of the kinks of our new monitoring protocol. But basically we divided into 2 groups, and one half of the group we had about 30 students. So we had about 15 of them go do stewardship work, cutting buckthorn and such, and then the other 15 worked on monitoring. So we actually put out a permanent transect, put out flags for a permanent 50-meter transect a couple weeks ago. Laura Milkert did that, and if you have a chance to look over this way, there is a red flag in the ground by the tree that's labeled CIMBY monitoring, and then that 50 meters goes all the way past me towards another red flag somewhere in the trees over there. 50 meters is actually way longer than you think it is. And so every 5 meters along this transect, a group of 4 students put down, randomly selected an area within their 5-meter box, put down a 1/4 meter square quadrat, and counted the percent cover of the woody plants versus the grasses versus the forbs or the wildflowers and the bare ground. And we were able to accomplish 40 meters of the 50 were monitored today. We had, I guess, about 8 or 9 groups that did their quadrats. And it was interesting because a lot of the kids were a little concerned because they didn't have a lot of stuff in their boxes. They said, you know, there's only like 5% of stuff in here, or, you know, what's the use of this? And so I was able to show them and introduce the concept of baseline data. And the fact is that there were a lot of areas with lots of bare ground, and just a few pieces of woody stuff or a few wildflowers we ran into. But the good news is that they've been working, the stewardship group at Eggers has been working on clearing the invasive brush from this area for a while, and well, I think just over this last year or so. So just next year, I believe, this coming spring of 2011, the students are going to come back to this spot, and there is going to be a profusion of plants. There's going to be blossoming all over the place this spring, and they're going to see a huge increase in percent cover of the beneficial understory plants in this woodland. And they're going to have scientific evidence to prove that the stewardship work is benefiting and is helping this woodland become more diverse and more healthy. So we're really excited about this new monitoring piece and giving the CIMBY kids a stake in the improvement of this area and giving them a way to show how much they're making a difference.
And this is a premiere for that project then, really?
This is it? Yep.
How fantastic.
Actually, I shouldn't say, today's not the first day, today's the second day, I should say. Sorry about that, I said that earlier, but I think actually we actually piloted the protocol last spring with a couple of high schools, but last Saturday at Beaubien Woods was the official first day of the monitoring.
But 2010 is the first time.
2010, yes, yes. Fall
okay.
2010 is the premiere of our monitoring program.
Now, a group of senior delinquents over here, my buddies,
yes.
and they're very good friends. Yes. How were they involved in the project with you today?
Most of these fellows arrived afterwards, actually. I think they're doing a cleanup of the trail afterwards. Okay. So it's 2 separate events, although I have to give a ton of credit to John Pastrick, who's the steward of the site. We partnered with him ahead of time, actually, to select the permanent transect to put down the flags. And he helped lead the stewardship component of the workday while I led the monitoring component. So we couldn't have done it without John Pastrick.
Good.
And
yeah. So they're here for the afternoon event, actually.
Yes.
So that's it. Okay, good. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.